What else is happening in the chess world? The Chessable Masters, part of the Champions Chess Tour, was won by a new Chicken Chess Club fan. I'm not sure if he's a fan. Hikaru Nakamura. Congratulations. Laurent. Hikaru has finally mentioned us on his stream, which
I will try to work on my French accent. I should work on my French accent apparently because he couldn't understand what I was saying. Apparently,
probably toxic hate as usual.
Yeah, no, but actually, joking aside, his accent is definitely thicker than the accents of either Etienne Becrot or Maxime Vachier-Lagrave. Like, it is legitimately, like, it is heavier than either of those players for whatever reason.
Show this ability not to lose, to fight, and not to make any blunders. Beat Magnus, a bit of luck, of course, mostly from Magnus, and then beat twice.
Well, okay, so to clarify the bit of luck, I will say this, however, that we don't know what Magnus's move was. I will say this. I think that if Magnus's move in the game was queen takes b6 was a mouse slip, I think that I would have drawn or won that game probably 80 to 85% of the time. I will just say that. I think if queen takes b6 was legitimately the mouse slip, I think I would have won that game 80 to 85%. That being said, if the move that Magnus intended to play was queen to g7 check, I think it would have been very close to a 50-50 in terms of what would have happened. Now, I don't think Magnus has actually said what the mouse slip was, but that's how I'm going to put it in context. Because I've never really spoken about it specifically, but I think that if Magnus's mouse slip was queen takes b6, I think it's 80 to 85% chance I draw. If queen g7 was the move, I think it's 50-50. I think there's a 50% chance that I win or draw, 50% chance that I lose and get flagged. So that's what I would break it down as to put it in basic context, because obviously I haven't really spoken about it. But I don't know which move he intended to play. So unless we hear what Magnus had to say, we'll never actually know, because I don't think Magnus actually he never said what the movie intended to play was. Did he? I don't think he did. He never explained, right? Yeah.
In the grand finale, so in the final match, he had to win twice in the same day against Fabi, which he did. So amazing player. I was actually paid to follow that.
Actually, his last 3 matches were against Fabi. No, he lost 1 and then he won 2. I was checking in the app, and there were like felt like 25 Karana Nakamura games.
Yeah, it's true.
The tournament.
Not fully.
Yeah, he had to beat Magnus in the meantime.
Magnus was in between. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, he had to beat Magnus, which was incredible. Actually, it felt easier to. I don't know how you feel, guys, about that, but I think it's, in a way, less difficult to win against Fabi twice, other than beating Magnus once. But I don't know. I felt
of course it is. Of course, Laurent is completely right. Like, I mean, once again, all jokes aside, Magnus is the best player in the world, and beating him once is a lot harder than beating Fabiano twice. And I know people are gonna say, well, you're being nasty to Fabiano or whatever, but it's just the truth, because Magnus is amazingly good. And I mean, also, like, if he had bid like 10 seconds less than me for the Armageddon, there's a good chance he's in the finals and he beats Fabiano twice, in my opinion. So it's all relative.
Fabi, if you're listening, opinions by Laurent Fressinet are not shared by the rest of this podcast.
No, he entered the final day.
I mean, I should get a bit of credit. I'm the one saying that Fabi always has chances against Nakamura, and he actually completely outplayed him in the first of the matches. So I was very much looking forward to being, a star on this podcast, but of course events seem to take a turn for the worse. I also think that Magnus gets
took a turn for the worse, eh? Okay, that's pretty good. Took a turn for the worse.
Bit shortchanged. I mean, yeah, he lost to Naka, but he was actually pretty dominating there. And I mean, well, that it was pretty bad for Magnus Standers that he didn't win it. He was much better in one of the games. Then it was 1-1. And he was completely winning in the Armageddon. Then he, lost the win. Then he was winning again. Then he lost the win, and then he mouse slipped in the end. And I was sitting in the room below, and I can see that the speed of sound travels somewhat quicker than the speed on the internet, because the scream that everybody saw, I heard it like 5 seconds before. So he's still winning at least, but then of course it's the chorus that's slow. So yeah.
No, in a way, it's also the usual story that Nakamura is incredibly resilient, also in bad positions at this point. It's no longer news or debatable that it's skill, because he does it pretty much every time. But yeah, always impressive to see. The mouse slip by Magnus, this queen f6, that of course.
But
it's a bit of a freak occurrence.
Probably is not changing the result of the match. That's just
he might not win at that point.
No, a more dramatic end. But before that, he had several big chances and some kind of winning things. So no, that was of course a bit disappointing, but I understand I'm biased. I was
no, I mean Peter's. I mean, like I said, I'm being serious. I think that it depends what Magnus's move was. Was Magnus's move queen takes b6 or was it queen g7? I mean, my assumption is because of the slip to f6, he was probably trying to go across the board to capture the pawn. But I don't know for sure because g7 is also very close. G7 is also just one square away from f6. My assumption is queen takes b6 is the move that he intended to play, but I honestly don't know. I don't know. And like I said, I think if queen b6 was a move, probably 80-85% of the time, I probably draw or win that game. But if queen g7 was a move, I think it's 50-50. So my assumption is b6, it was sliding across, but we might never know.
Out in his Alp hut in the French Alps and was enjoying life, and then suddenly things went wrong.
But I don't get why Naka was complaining about Xian. I mean, we were only saying positive things about him.
I mean, I haven't heard it. I would. From what I read in my chat, it wasn't that he was complaining too heavily about us. So yeah, we're very honored that Hikaru was.
Well, he thought some of it was that because Laurent translating French words into English, they might not be exact in a way.
No, I mean, like he was complaining about me because I said that him and Giri, I took Giri just as an example.
That was a good addition.
They belong to top 5. Not to world championship, to world champion class. And he says there is no, I mean, basically, top 5 is very far from world champion. Yes and no. I mean, like, Federer.
I was also complaining. No, on Anisha's behalf, I must have been complaining.
No, but I mean, yes and no. I mean, like, Anand is not the same as Ivanchuk or Gelfand. I mean, like, it will be. There's different.
But but actually, he actually should not have mentioned Gelfand, because when Fressinet mentions Gelfand here, he actually starts to muddy the conversation, because now you don't actually know, because Boris Gelfand won the candidates and played a world championship match. But I think most people would agree that, say, a player like myself or Anish probably were better. Historically, we're better players than Boris, even though Boris made a world championship match. So probably Laurent should not have mentioned Gelfand here, because that's a very, very bad example. Very, very, very bad example, because Gelfand was probably never top 5, even though obviously he was an incredibly strong player, but he also did win the candidates and did play a world championship match. So if out of anybody that he could have mentioned, Gelfand is probably like the single worst person to mention when you start to bring up this debate.
If Nakamura draws that last round game against Ding, he's playing the match right now, right? I mean, it's not like that was super far away.
But this is
not
true
super
too.
far away, but
well, drawing an equal position away.
Yeah, but okay, no, you are taking a special case here because Magnus is not playing. I'm sorry, but it's
no. Of course, no one's arguing that Magnus is the best player in the world.
Whoa! Wait a second. Now, though, I have to say. So Fressinet now says basically that if like if I draw the game, I'm playing the match because I finish second, like I don't deserve it. Now I have no problem with him saying that, but what is Fressinet going to say if Ding Liren wins the match? Like, what is Fressinet going to say? Because Fressinet has to be objective then. He has to say that Ding is a special case too. Ding did not deserve it because he did not win the candidates tournament. So this is going to be interesting to see what Fressinet has to say if Ding actually wins the match. Because he can't suddenly change and say, like, Ding deserves it, Ding played great and everything else based on what he just said right here. He has to be like, Ding didn't deserve it, Ding is not the world champion, Ding doesn't deserve anything. Yeah, he's going to have to say that Ding doesn't deserve it if Ding wins. Even though Ding does deserve it in, I think, just about everyone's opinion. But let's keep going.
And if that's your standard, you can say no one's belonging to the world champion class.
No,
that's in the candidates.
I say there's a different class. Like, okay, there is in one class I would put Kasparov, Anand, Kramnik, Carlsen, let's say, and then in a different class I would say there is Ivanchuk, Gelfand, Nakamura, Giri. Okay, I think it's not really unfair to have this kind of caliber, different.
No, the
caliber.
way I understood it, what you said was that you think Ding, Fabi, and Nepomniachtchi are in a different class. I would guess that's what he took offense with, not that he's not listed there with Carlsen and Kasparov.
Ding
But also
Fab-
my memory is bad. But I thought that was your point.
in a way, yes. I think Ding and Fabi are in a different class. Yeah.
Okay, but
Not-
see, this is where biases come out, because now if you say Ding is in a different class, Ding didn't deserve it based on what Fresnay said before. So yeah, it doesn't quite work out the way, I mean, the way that he wants to say, like, what is he going to say? He's now going to say that Ding deserves it? Like, you can't, he's contradicting himself with the statement. Completely contradicting himself with the statement, totally. Yeah, he's basically saying, like, he's saying that Fabiano and Ding and maybe Nepo are in a different class, say Anish or myself. But you can't really say that when you already said that, like, my game against Ding is a special case, because whoever, if I draw the game, I'm there, Ding won the game, Ding is there. So you can't suddenly say I'm a special case because, like, if I draw I'd be there, but somehow Ding winning that game is not a special case either. So a little bit contradictory. Let's see if there's anything more.
Wow, not Nepomniachtchi.
Not Nepomniachtchi, no.
I just want to make the...
Wait, whoa, what? And now he just says wait, whoa, now he says Nepo doesn't belong either? Okay, I mean, I just have to laugh now, because I don't know what to say. Nepo went +5 in the candidates tournament, and he doesn't deserve to be in that category? Or am I missing? I don't know, maybe I'm misunderstanding it, possibly. I don't know. Anyway, let's keep going.
Point that he was being very critical of the two of you, not of me.
Yeah, that was weird, because
that's very common. If you go out there in the chess world,
I know.
People usually tell me, this guy Peter, he seems such a nice guy.
Yeah.
You guys are. Yeah.
No, I know. I can imagine.
Yeah, okay. But greetings to Naka.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I mean, it's.
Yeah,
I think
no.
first of all, we should be. I mean, it's like when some celebrity criticizes somebody, we say, "Wow, he knows us." I mean, that's cool.
Yeah, big fan. Big
Wow.
fan.
With all due respect, they're selling themselves short there, because obviously, like, these guys are all very, very strong grandmasters. I mean, like, Jan Gustafsson's worked with Anish. I think he worked with Magnus briefly. Peter Heine, of course, has been working a long time. Yeah, but I will say that the main reason, though, that I was actually saying that Peter has his sort of his fingers, his head or his hand on the pulse much more than the other two is very specifically because he understood certain things with, like, preparation, how you go about things in a way that the others did not quite understand. I think that's just because Peter's been working with Magnus for so many years that he's like on the inside. He understands things a little bit better.
Big fan.
So,
very sus, chat.
Yeah.
But yeah, big fan of his streams, for sure.
No, it almost feels like we should fight back with some kind of new insults to keep this thing going. But
Game theory wise,
just
we
did, no?
as the small up and coming podcast, of course, should take shots at the juggernauts out there to become relevant. But we're also awkward at fighting. That's the problem. Like, nah, come on, Peter. In person, you're not good. Like, in tweeting, you're great. But once someone replies, then it goes away. Also, this is your voice, so there's no, except for
no, of course, Naka. Well, Naka, I'm going to defend, but
exactly.
Yeah.
Anyway, what else is there? Speaking of world champion.
All right, so that we're going to segue from that into, of course, a tweet from Peter Heine Nielsen, the guy who is on the left there. Let me move my cam, of course, to put the cam back down here in the corner. And we have this great tweet from Peter Heine Nielsen. Those of you guys who are wondering who he was the bottom right guy. Of course, on Twitter, his game is top notch. And we have this reply to what Emil Satovsky said, which is, there is no empiric evidence that female chess decisions are affected by low levels of aggression or testosterone. My private research, however, does indicate that FIDE's decisions seem to be affected by a very high levels of misogyny. So this is light mode. Sorry, you guys, but you can still read it. Anyway, great tweet from Peter Heine. Of course, Peter Heine's wife is also a grandmaster. She is also a member, I think, of the parliament in Lithuania as well. So he is someone who has very strong opinions. A lot of them are a little bit aggressive at times, but I think overall, I think on this issue specifically, he is 100% right. 100% right. So Emil, I saw, was also I think was going after Levy on Twitter or something as well, which was kind of wild. But all very, very random, all very silly. And that's that. Did I see Emil's tweet? Emil did some tweet about something. I don't know what he did. Yeah, he tweeted something about Levy. He went after Levy. I saw it. He said, what did he see? Replies. There's something to Levy, I think. What was his reply? It's a whole thread. Okay, let me click on this whole thread. So yeah. Oh, I have Levy muted at the moment, so I should unmute him, right? I do have him muted at the moment. So let's view them. What does it say? It says, yeah, you're gonna start some drama here with this too. But what does it say? It says, It says, oh yeah, it says this one. It says, I spoke for several minutes about an importance of women's chess. Then one phrase is taken out of context to attack me and feed it. It says, Gotham Chess, you are not just an anonymous, you've got a responsibility as a public figure. Kindly check the full version. Yeah. So again, this is just a losing battle. I think Emil is trying too hard to try and like say that it's taken out of context or whatever. I mean, the gist of it is like there are reasons that there are less women in chess, but it's not it's not this. Let's put it that way. It's not this. It's not this. Or this is not it, right? This is not it. That's the saying. I mean, Emil's take is it's just not it. It doesn't hit the spot. Let's leave it that way. So of course, as always, like I completely agree with Levy's response on this. New drama. Yeah, there's no drama, you guys. Very funny.